about all that much yesterday, but we are going to cover an article to start with about the very unusual situation that occurred in St. Louis yesterday during round number 12 of the United States Chess Championship. All right, you guys, so we'll jump right into it. So we have this article from Colin McGurty on Chess 24. It says Niemann wins after Sevian decapitates his king. Okay, so this is going to be a fun article. Sam took attacking Hans's king too literally. The disrespect just reaches peak. Sam decapitated Hans's king, tweeted the leader Fabiano Caruana as the US Chess Championship descended into farce in round number 12. Niemann had the last laugh, ending Sevian's title hopes, while Fabiano leads with only Ray Robson, Lenny Dominguez, and now A Wonder Liang still able to catch him. Irina Krush leads the women's section after exploiting a blunder by Jennifer Yu. Okay, round number 12 was already a round longer than we're used to seeing in the US Championships, and it's fair to say fatigue and frayed nerves are beginning to show. We've had plenty of drama, but nothing that could quite match the bizarre going-ons in Sevian versus Niemann. Sam Sevian needed a win to give himself a real chance of winning the US Championship, and on move 20 he went for a murky exchange sacrifice trading material to be able to check the black king with this move 20 rook d1. Now again, I will just talking about the chess very briefly before we keep going the article. I do think rook d1 was 100% a move that Sevian played because of the tournament situation. If he was not in a situation where he had a shot at winning the US Championship, he probably would have played bishop takes c5 and made it a very slow, very calm looking boring draw. Instead, he played rook d1 because he was trying to win his first US Championship. Anyway, so let's keep going with the article. Here we go. 20 rook d1, which says, and then we get subsequent play suggested it was a bad idea, but by the time 45 f4 appeared on the board, Hans's advantage had all but gone. This was the moment all hell broke loose. However, since while waiting for Hans' move, Sam picked up his opponent's king, and moments later the king was without its cross. So I guess we'll watch all the clips while we can.
So right now it's it's Hans's move.
Yes, let's see what happened. Yes.
And then
what?
Whoa, king.
Oh, oh
no! He was supposed to pick up a piece off the board, and he broke the. That's
what? I cannot believe what just happened. Oh my God, he just.
So this is the first clip. I think there's more to it, but anyway, let's keep going with the article. So we see from the player's cam view, you can see how angry that regicide first made Hans before Sam responded in kind, seeming to gesture for the players to go outside and settle things before putting the king back on the board on completely the wrong square. So okay, so I think this is the real video. Let me watch this on Twitter so you guys get a better view. Okay, let's watch this on Twitter. And you know what I'm gonna do, you guys? I'm gonna do a bad lip reading. I think. Let me do a bad lip reading of this. Let's see what is said. I'm gonna do a bad lip reading. Let's see. Okay, Hans is like, what? He's laughing. Sam's looking at the king. Hans says, put the king back on b3. Put the king back. He's gesturing with the hand. Now Hans puts the king on b6. He says, what are you doing? Hans says, okay. Do you want to go outside? Or wait, does he say, he says something like, actually I think he says, do you want to go to the bathroom, right? That's what it looks like he says here. Let me go back a second. He's like, do you want to go to the bath? He says, do you want to go somewhere? I don't know where he's saying, but I think he says bathroom, right? Bathroom. Let's go to the bathroom. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I mean, I have no idea. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on here. The first thing I'm going to say about this is that I have never seen anything like this before. I've never seen anything like this in my entire career playing chess. Like, you see a lot of wild things, like in time scrambles, people are low on time, you might see a illegal move, something happening. I have never seen this happen before, ever. I've never seen this, so it's definitely something new for sure, in terms of what happened here. Onto that Sam wants the king to be glued. Yeah, maybe that is the case. So obviously we'll go back to the article and keep going. Let's scroll. Okay, had Sam just attacked his opponent's king? Did he mean to pick up a captured piece and spin it around, as players sometimes do, but accidentally picked up his opponent's king? Fabiano Caruana couldn't resist. The disrespect just reached its peak. Sam decapitated Hans's king. Now this is something to note. So the first thing, I have a couple of pieces here just for my very cheap set. It's very normal that, for example, you'll see me and a lot of other players, like we take a piece and we start twirling it or twiddling it, whatever you want to say, where we do stuff like this. We just keep twirling it. So normally you take a piece from the side of the board and you just start twirling it in your hand absent-mindedly. It's a very common thing to do. But taking your opponent's king from the board is obviously something that I've never seen done before. Like, in fact, I mean, I've never seen someone take a piece off the board, period. Not even the king. I mean, just forget that it's the king, of course, which makes it even better. But like any piece that's in play on the board, I've never seen someone just like take it off and look and twirl it or something like that. So my assumption is that it's probably Vida made an illegal move. Yeah, but illegal moves happen all the time. You see illegal moves. I mean, it's very normal. But for somebody to take a piece off the board is something that I've never seen before, and it's very very original for sure. Okay, so let's keep going. Okay, so we have in the post-game interview, Hans played down the drama and gave what was certainly a plausible explanation, though it felt as though it skipped over some of what had gone on between the players. And in quotes, and I guess we'll watch as well. Yeah, because it probably says, let's watch it.
Hans, another victory, a tense game, but complete mad scenes towards the end of the game. What happened when Sam picked the king?
Oh, it was just a misunderstanding. Nothing too serious. We had a cordial conversation after, so I assume there's no hard feelings there. But, just a misunderstanding.
So it wasn't just an instinct to pick the king and start twirling it. It was he wanted to get your attention. Like, what was his?
No, I think
his idea?
the pin of the piece was the king had fallen off. So he just picked it up, but I was just a bit annoyed because it was on my time. But again, I'm not. There's just no need to discuss. It was just a misunderstanding. So.
And you guys discussed after the game, and
there's no. It was just a misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding.
I don't want. No
I mean, I like the thing is, like, I have to. I know a lot of people assume that all I want to do is hate on Hans, but I have to be fair here, which is there are a couple things. Let me close this. There are a couple things here that are important. First of all, the way that Sam takes the king and puts it on, like he just flings it towards b6. I don't actually, or not Hans, sorry, Sam flings it towards b6. I find it very hard to believe that the case is that that it was simply a misunderstanding. And so I do have to give credit to Hans. So I think Hans is definitely taking the high road in this situation. Because to me, it's very hard to believe that that's what happened. I'll tell you what I think really happened. I'll tell you what I think ultimately really happened, which is I think that Sam absent-mindedly, he went to twirl piece like everybody does, and for whatever reason he grabbed the king. And I'm guessing the reason he grabbed the king was probably because he's so tense and so nervous. First of all, he's playing Hans, all the drama around Hans and the online cheating and everything else, but then additionally he's in a situation where he has to win the game to have any chance to win the US championship. So I think the combination of the nerves and the pressure and everything, that he just cracked. I think that's ultimately what happened. Now, I could be wrong on that, but that's just my read based on what I see in the situation. Looking for beads, I don't think it has anything to do with that at all. I think it's just the fact that he was just all the pressure, all the tension, everything, and that's what happened. This is not normal. Check the king. He cracked his king. Now the thing is, pieces are different, but to give you guys an example of chess players and how they love to decapitate pieces, I have a very cheap chess set here at home, and 3 of the pawns for my chess set are decapitated. You can see 2 of the pawns right here, and then I have a third one that's decapitated. So a lot of chess players, we are psychopaths and we like to decapitate our pieces. So yeah, so like three of the cheap pawns on my set are decapitated. So that's the first step, I would say. Second step that's funny is also, so on my cheap set, I have a king here. Now it's interesting because the expensive House of Staunton sets, you can actually take the king out. Now on my really cheap one here, I can't, like, it's actually glued in here, but on the really expensive House of Staunton chess sets, the king is, I think that little pin or whatever you call it, it is not actually glued in. You can take it off. The top is removable and the cross is replaceable with a ball, because of course, depending on what your religion is, maybe you're not okay with that. So it just depending on the set, it's called a finial. Okay, so you can actually take it out or put it in. It comes out. At any rate, like it's all kind of insane, this whole thing. But I do have to give credit to Hans. I do think this could have been a much bigger story, and he does downplay it when it's very clear that in this case Sam is 100% in the wrong. Now I don't know if they talk about what happened after this or not, but I'm not going to say what I think should have happened until I see whether it's mentioned in the article. But okay, it was just a misunderstanding, nothing too serious. Okay, let's keep going.
I know you guys are desperate for views.
No
drama.
But why he said let's go and speak or something?
Sorry?
It seemed like he said like let's go
what was he
somewhere.
telling to you at this point?
Yes.
Well, he wanted
to towards the outside.
Again, it's a misunderstanding, but he wanted to glue the piece.
I love how Hans is actually. I mean, Hans is definitely covering here. Like Hans is definitely downplaying it. He's literally saying, "Do you?" I don't know if he said outside or bad. He was like, "Do you want to go somewhere?" Like you can see it with the thumb. The way the thumb is, like it's pretty obvious. So yeah, why did he throw the pizza and not place it back? Like I said, I feel like it was just a combination of the pressure and he just cracked under the pressure. That's my honest belief. I think in terms of what would happen, like if I'm in a situation where the king is like that, what I would do regardless of whether it's my move or the other move is I would stop the clock. I would just stop the clock and then say something to my opponent and then ask the arbiter to come over. That's what I would do if it was ultimately that. I think he just cracked. He just cracked under the pressure of trying to win the game, win the US championship, and it was just too much. That's my honest take on it. So let's keep going with the interview.
So we wanted to go and glue the piece.
Yes, I was just very confused. So.
Got it. Okay, that makes a lot of sense right now. Okay, let's talk
the
game.
chess is much more interesting.
Oh, but I love how Chris says that makes a lot of sense there at the end too. Even better.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk the game.